Did you know that your body and mind are constantly sending you clues about how long and how well you might live after 70? Aging isn't just about counting years, it's about making those years count. Some people in their 70s, 80s, or even 90s remain active, sharp, and full of energy, while others struggle with declining health and mobility. The difference? It's often found in 8 key signs that reveal how well your body is holding up and what you can do to improve your chances of living longer, stronger, and happier. These signs are backed by research and real life wisdom from those who have aged gracefully. Some may surprise you, while others might serve as wake up calls to make small but powerful changes today. Let's dive into these 8 signs that can predict your longevity after 70 and what you can do to tip the scales in your favor. 1. The way you walk. Your speed and strength matter. Walking may seem like an ordinary part of life, but after 70, it becomes a powerful indicator of how long and how well you will live. The way you move through the world, your pace, confidence, and strength reveals more about your health than you might realize. Scientists have discovered that walking speed is closely linked to longevity, with those who maintain a steady, purposeful stride living longer than those who slow down or struggle with mobility. But why does this happen? Your walking speed reflects the overall condition of your muscles, heart, and brain. Strong legs mean strong circulation, which delivers oxygen to your organs, keeps your mind sharp, and supports your immune system. A brisk pace shows that your body is still working efficiently, while a slow, hesitant walk can be an early warning sign of weakening muscles, declining balance, or even neurological changes. When a person begins to shuffle, pause frequently, or lose confidence in their step, it often signals deeper issues, ones that, if left unaddressed, can lead to falls, injuries, and a rapid loss of independence. Imagine 2 men, James and Robert, both in their mid-70s. James makes it a point to take a daily walk, whether it's around his neighborhood or through the park. His movements are steady, his balance strong, and he navigates stairs and curbs with ease. He enjoys the freedom of moving without fear, feeling connected to the world around him. Robert, on the other hand, has gradually slowed down. He used to walk regularly, but now he avoids long distances. His steps feel heavier, and he notices himself stopping more often to catch his breath. Walking, which once felt effortless, has become a challenge. Without realizing it, he has lost not only speed but confidence, and with that, a sense of independence. The good news is that walking ability can be maintained and even improved no matter your age. Strength training, stretching, and regular movement can keep your legs strong and your stride steady. If you've noticed yourself slowing down, don't ignore it. Start small. Walk a little farther each day, challenge yourself with gentle exercises, and stay active in ways that bring you joy. Your ability to move freely is one of the greatest gifts of aging well, and the effort you put into maintaining it today will reward you with more years of strength, confidence, and independence. Because in the end, longevity isn't just about how many years you live, it's about how well you move through them. 2. Your grip strength, what your hands say about your health. There is something powerful about a strong grip. It's more than just the ability to open a jar, carry groceries, or shake someone's hand with confidence. Your grip strength is a silent but significant reflection of your overall health. And after 70, it becomes one of the clearest predictors of how long you may live. Scientists have found that people with a firm, steady grip tend to have stronger hearts, better circulation, and a lower risk of chronic illness. On the other hand, those whose grip weakens over time often experience muscle loss, frailty, and a decline in overall vitality. Grip strength is not just about the hands, it's about the entire body. The muscles in your hands and forearms are directly connected to the larger muscle groups in your arms, shoulders, and core. A weak grip can indicate that your muscles are deteriorating, making it harder to maintain balance, recover from illness, or even perform simple daily tasks. More importantly, research has shown that a declining grip is linked to higher risks of heart disease, stroke, and even cognitive decline. It's not just a matter of strength, it's a sign of resilience, of how well your body is holding up against the natural challenges of aging. Consider two men, Walter and Henry, both in their late 70s. Walter has always believed in staying active. He enjoys working in his garden, carrying bags of soil, and playing with his grandchildren. His hands remain strong, his movement steady, and he still tackles physical tasks with ease. Then there's Henry, who has started to notice small but frustrating changes. He struggles to twist the cap off a bottle, finds his hands tiring easily, and avoids tasks that once felt effortless. He dismisses it as a natural part of aging, unaware that his grip is telling him something important. His body is losing strength little by little, and unless he makes changes, that weakness will continue to grow. The good news is that grip strength can be improved at any age. Simple exercises like squeezing a tennis ball, using resistance bands, or carrying light weights can help rebuild the muscles in your hands and arms. Strengthening your grip isn't just about making daily life easier. It's about preserving your independence, your confidence, and your ability to engage with the world. Your hands tell a story about your health, your resilience, and your future. Hold on to your strength, and you'll be holding on to life itself. 3. Your ability to stand on one leg. Balance equals independence. Balance is something most people take for granted until they start to lose it. It's easy to assume that unsteadiness is just a normal part of aging, something to accept rather than address. But what if your ability to stand on one leg for just 10 seconds could predict how long you'll live? Research suggests that it can. The simple act of balancing is not just a measure of coordination, it's a window into your brain health, muscle strength, and overall physical resilience. The loss of balance is often the first silent warning that something deeper is changing within the body. It is a sign that muscles are weakening, reflexes are slowing, and the body's ability to recover from an unexpected stumble is diminishing. Balance is more than physical. It is a reflection of confidence and control over one's own movement. The difference between someone who moves steadily and someone who constantly reaches for support is not just about fitness. It is about independence. Picture two women, Carol and Nancy, both in their early 70s. Carol has always made movement a part of her life. She takes morning walks, practices gentle stretching, and can stand on one foot without hesitation. She moves through her days with confidence, navigating steps, curbs, and uneven ground with ease. Nancy, however, finds herself growing more cautious. She hesitates before standing up, instinctively reaches for a wall or chair, and feels nervous when walking on unfamiliar surfaces. She used to enjoy dancing, but now she avoids situations where she might feel unsteady. She tells herself it's just aging, but the reality is that balance, once lost, continues to decline unless something is done to rebuild it. The ability to stand on one leg, to move without fear of falling, is not just about avoiding injury. It is about staying engaged with life. A lack of balance leads to a lack of movement. And when movement is lost, independence is lost. The good news is that balance can be strengthened. Simple daily practices, standing on one leg while brushing your teeth, walking heel to toe across the room, practicing gentle Tai Chi or yoga, can make a profound difference. It's not about being perfect, it's about maintaining the ability to move freely and confidently for as long as possible. The moment you stop trusting your own body is the moment you start to shrink your world. But balance, like strength, can be regained. Stand tall, hold steady, and know that every step you take toward improving balance is a step toward a longer, stronger, and more independent life. 4. Your sleep quality. How you rest determines how you age. Sleep is often seen as a time of rest, but in reality, it is a time of repair, renewal, and deep restoration. As we grow older, the way we sleep becomes one of the strongest indicators of how well we will age. A restful night is not just about feeling refreshed in the morning, it is about maintaining brain function, keeping the immune system strong, and preventing diseases that can shorten life. Studies have shown that those over 70 who experience deep, uninterrupted sleep tend to live longer, while those who struggle with poor sleep are at higher risk for heart disease, cognitive decline, and a weakened immune response. Sleep is not simply a passive state, it is the body's most powerful tool for longevity. Think of two men, Henry and Bill, both in their mid 70s. Henry has made sleep a priority. He follows a nightly routine, avoids screens before bed, and gets 7 hours of quality rest each night. He wakes up feeling sharp, energized, and ready to enjoy the day. His mind remains clear, his emotions steady, and his body resilient. Bill, on the other hand, finds himself restless at night. He wakes up multiple times, sometimes lying awake for hours, his thoughts racing. Some mornings he feels exhausted despite spending plenty of time in bed. Over time, his focus begins to waver, his memory seems less reliable, and fatigue becomes a constant companion. What he does not realize is that his sleep struggles are not just an inconvenience. They are a sign that his body is struggling to repair itself. Sleep is when the body fights inflammation, processes memories, and regulates hormones that keep everything functioning smoothly. When sleep is disrupted, these critical processes are interrupted. Over time, the effects build up, leading to accelerated aging, increased stress on the heart, and a greater risk of serious health conditions. The good news is that sleep quality can be improved at any age. Small, consistent changes, such as creating a bedtime routine, reducing caffeine intake, and exposing yourself to natural light during the day, can reset your internal clock and restore deep, restorative sleep. How you sleep tonight will determine how strong, sharp, and healthy you feel tomorrow. And how well you rest over the years will shape the quality of the life you live. Sleep is not just about closing your eyes, it is about giving your body the care and healing it needs to carry you through the years ahead. Prioritizing sleep is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to invest in your future, because in the end, a well rested body is a body that is built to last. 5. Your appetite and eating habits. The way you nourish yourself matters. The way you eat after 70 is more than just a matter of preference. It is a reflection of your body's ability to sustain itself, fight disease, and keep you strong. A healthy appetite and well-balanced diet fuel not only your muscles and organs, but also your mind, your energy, and your resilience against aging. Many people assume that a decreasing appetite is a natural part of getting older, but in reality, it is often a warning sign. A sudden loss of interest in food, unexplained weight loss, or relying on processed meals can signal deeper issues, from nutritional deficiencies to underlying health concerns that, if ignored, can accelerate physical and cognitive decline. Picture two women, Margaret and Susan, both in their mid-70s. Margaret enjoys her meals, savoring fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and nourishing foods that keep her energized. She looks forward to preparing her meals, seeing it as a way to care for herself. She remains active, engaged, and steady on her feet. Susan, however, has noticed changes in her appetite. She often skips meals, not feeling as hungry as she once did. When she does eat, she reaches for processed foods, things that are easy but lack the nutrients her body truly needs. Over time, she feels weaker, fatigued, and less interested in activities she once enjoyed. She assumes it's just aging, unaware that her dwindling appetite is a sign that her body is struggling to keep up. The connection between food and longevity is undeniable. Eating well after 70 is not just about maintaining weight, it is about ensuring that your body has the fuel it needs to function properly. A lack of proper nutrition can lead to muscle loss, slower metabolism, and an increased risk of falls, infections, and even memory decline. When your body is not receiving enough nutrients, it begins to break down its own reserves, weakening your defenses and speeding up the aging process. The good news is that it is never too late to improve your eating habits. Making small changes, incorporating more fresh whole foods, ensuring enough protein intake, and staying hydrated can have a profound impact on how you feel and function. Eating should be a source of strength, not a struggle. Pay attention to what your appetite is telling you, because how you nourish your body today will shape how you live tomorrow. Food is not just sustenance, it is a daily investment in your health, your independence, and your future. 6. Your ability to handle stress. Your mindset shapes your future. Stress is often seen as a passing emotion, something to endure until it fades. But after 70, the way you handle stress is more than just a reflection of your mood. It is a predictor of your longevity, your overall health, and your ability to enjoy the years ahead. Long-term stress does not just weigh on the mind. It affects every system in the body, raising inflammation, weakening the immune system, and accelerating aging. The difference between those who age well and those who struggle often lies not in what happens to them, but in how they respond to life's inevitable challenges. Consider two men, John and Richard, both 76 years old. John, like anyone, faces difficulties, unexpected expenses, health scares, and family issues, but he has learned to navigate them with a sense of calm. He focuses on what he can control, lets go of what he cannot, and finds ways to stay engaged in activities that bring him peace. He takes deep breaths when he feels overwhelmed, spends time with people who uplift him, and reminds himself that every problem is temporary. His body reflects his mindset. His blood pressure remains stable. His sleep is restful, and his energy remains steady. Richard, on the other hand, allows stress to consume him. He dwells on past mistakes, worries about the future, and replays conversations in his mind long after they have ended. His heart races when things do not go as planned, and his nights are filled with restless thoughts. Over time, this chronic state of stress wears him down. His immune system weakens, making him more prone to illness. His mind feels clouded, his patience grows thin, and his body carries the weight of tension in ways he cannot see, but certainly feels. Stress is unavoidable, but suffering from it is not. The ability to manage stress is a skill, one that can be learned and strengthened at any age. Practices like deep breathing, meditation, light exercise, and even laughter can reset the nervous system, reducing the harmful effects of stress on the body. Staying connected to loved ones, engaging in hobbies, and shifting focus from problems to solutions can make all the difference. The way you handle stress today determines how strong, resilient, and vibrant you will be in the years ahead. Aging well is not just about taking care of the body, it is about protecting the mind. A calm mind leads to a healthier heart, a sharper brain, and a life that is not just long, but truly fulfilling. 7. Your social connections. Loneliness can be deadly. Human connection is as essential to life as air, water, and food. Yet as people age, social circles tend to shrink. Friends move away, family members become busy with their own lives, and the once vibrant conversations that filled the days become fewer and farther between. What many do not realize is that social isolation is not just an emotional burden, it is a serious health risk. Studies have shown that loneliness increases the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, depression, cognitive decline, and even premature death. In fact, chronic loneliness can be as harmful as smoking or obesity. It is not simply about feeling alone, it is about how isolation slowly erodes both physical and mental health. Think of two women, Eleanor and Barbara, both 78 years old. Eleanor makes an effort to stay connected. She calls her children and grandchildren regularly, meets with old friends for coffee, and participates in a book club. She enjoys talking, laughing, and sharing stories, feeling a deep sense of belonging. She wakes up with purpose, knowing there are people who care about her and look forward to seeing her. Her mind stays sharp, her heart full, and her spirit strong. Barbara, however, has drifted into isolation. She used to have close friends, but over the years the phone calls have stopped. She spends most days alone watching television in silence. Though she has family, she hesitates to reach out, not wanting to bother anyone. Loneliness settles in like an invisible weight, making each day feel longer, less meaningful. Over time, she notices her memory slipping, her energy fading, and a quiet sadness creeping into her thoughts. What she does not realize is that isolation is taking a toll on her health in ways she cannot see. The truth is, staying socially engaged is one of the most powerful ways to maintain both longevity and quality of life. Human connection keeps the brain active, lowers stress, and strengthens the immune system. Even small efforts, calling a friend, joining a local group, or having regular conversations with neighbors, can make an enormous difference. It is never too late to rebuild connections, to reach out, to remind yourself and others that relationships are the foundation of a meaningful life. Aging does not mean withdrawing from the world. It means embracing it with the wisdom and warmth that only a lifetime of experience can bring. Because in the end, the greatest measure of a life well lived is not just the years we have, but the love and connection we share along the way. 8. Your sense of purpose. Why having a reason to wake up matters. There is something profound about waking up each morning with a sense of purpose. It is not just about passing the time or filling the day with routine activities. It is about feeling needed, engaged, and connected to something larger than yourself. As people grow older, the roles they once held, whether as a parent raising children, a professional, building a career, or a caregiver for loved ones, begin to change. Without a clear purpose, the days can start to feel empty, and that emptiness can take a real toll on both physical and mental health. Research has shown that having a strong sense of purpose is one of the most reliable predictors of longevity. Those who feel they have a reason to get up in the morning tend to live longer, healthier, and happier lives. Consider two men, Thomas and George, both in their early 80s. Thomas has always believed in staying involved. He volunteers at a local shelter, shares his wisdom with younger generations, and keeps a small garden that brings him joy. Every morning, he wakes up knowing that there is something meaningful waiting for him, a responsibility, a project, or a conversation that gives him a reason to keep moving forward. He remains sharp, engaged, and full of energy. George, on the other hand, has slowly withdrawn from life. After retiring, he never found a new passion or role to fill. His days blend into one another, and without something to look forward to, his enthusiasm fades. He spends hours in front of the television, feeling as though he's merely existing rather than truly living. His mind, once sharp and active, begins to dull, and his body follows suit. Without purpose, he feels disconnected, not just from others, but from himself. The human spirit needs purpose as much as the body needs food, whether it is through creative work, volunteering, teaching, or simply staying involved in the lives of family and friends. Having a reason to wake up each day adds years to life and life to years. Purpose is not about being busy. It is about being engaged in a way that brings fulfillment. It does not have to be grand. It can be as simple as caring for a pet, writing letters, mentoring someone younger, or nurturing a hobby. The key is to keep growing, learning, and giving. A life with purpose is a life well lived. And the strongest predictor of a future worth looking forward to is the meaning we find in the present. Because in the end, it is not just the length of life that matters, but the depth of how we choose to live it. Final thoughts. Your future is in your hands. Aging is often seen as something that happens to us, an unstoppable force that slowly takes away what we once had. But in reality, the way we age, how strong, how independent, how fulfilled we remain, is shaped by the choices we make every single day. Science may offer insights into longevity, but the true secret to a long and meaningful life lies in the way we live, how we care for ourselves, and how we continue to engage with the world around us. These 8 signs are not just indicators of how long you may live, they are reminders of the power you still have over your own well-being. The way you move, the strength in your hands, your ability to balance, the quality of your sleep, the nourishment you give your body, the way you handle stress, the connections you maintain, and the purpose you hold on to. These are not just passive reflections of aging, they are opportunities. They are invitations to take action, to strengthen what may be weakening, to nourish what may be neglected, and to reclaim the parts of life that make it rich and rewarding. It is never too late to improve the way you walk, to regain the strength in your grip, to steady your balance, or to give your body the rest it needs. It is never too late to find new ways to manage stress, to rebuild lost connections, or to rediscover a sense of purpose. Each of these changes, no matter how small, has the power to transform not only how long you live, but how well you live. Aging well is not about avoiding the passage of time. It is about embracing it with wisdom, resilience, and a deep appreciation for every moment you are given. The future is not something that simply unfolds before you. It is something you shape, one choice at a time. The years ahead are yours to claim, to nurture, and to fill with meaning. And the greatest gift of all is knowing that you still have the power to make those years the best they can be. Because longevity is not just measured in time. It is measured in strength, in joy, and in the fullness of a life well lived. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.